Good morning. It is Sunday, March the 10th, and under normal circumstances, this would be something that I enjoy, which is I enjoy politics, you know what I mean? So this is my little area that I do my YouTube Citizens United, positive things that I try to give back, to the community because so much is needed, man. I mean, our community is really fucked up, especially here in Toledo. Um, so today, for the second time in a row, I come down here and I'm supposed to be talking about politics and what's going on in Washington and the effect that it's having and what can we do about it, what I'm doing about it, and just, this normally is my refuge, to have fun, right? But for the second time in a row, my heart is in a different place, The last video that I did, I talked about some things that had nothing to do with politics, It was more personal. And today, I'm sad to say that this conversation that I'm getting ready to have right now is probably going to be the most unique conversation that's ever been had in America on a Sunday morning, out the blue. First of all, let me say that as Vera Melrose Jones Moore, as her favorite grandchild, God damn it, you can't tell me, but as Vera Melrose's grandbaby, you know, um, this is a different time that we're in, and I personally am proud of the person that I am, that I became, and that I continue to fight to be. I am my mother and father's only child. My mother and my father together had one child, and that's me. And my mother spoiled me, because the love that a woman has for her one and only child. My mother spoiled me. My mother's a strict disciplinarian, ruthless, Sergeant Slaughter, you know what I mean? But my mom's a military person. My mom left her city and went to the United States military. She was 17 years old. And my pops put the basketball down. I don't know if it was the draft or what. They forced them to go, but he should have kept playing that goddamn basketball. But he went, well, if he did, I wouldn't have been born. But my dad put the basketball down when he was 18, 19, I can't remember exactly. No, I think he was a little older. But my dad put the ball down and he joined the United States Army. He was based in Texas. My mother ended up based in Texas. They met and they conceived my spoiled, crazy, retarded ass on a military base with all the military vaccines and shit in their system. Boom, came me. I'll be the first to admit I have the unique ability to apply psychological pressure on people that are nowhere near me. I mean, I can drive somebody insane on the other side of the country, on the other side of town, standing next to me, across the street from me. For some reason, I have the unique ability that because of my very presence and the way I carry myself, that those people that I target, I can psychologically destroy their mental mindset to the point where they hate me. I want to apologize for that because I didn't even know I had the ability to do that. Once I found out that I had the ability to do that, I should have stopped. That shit's dangerous. You know what I mean? But I can't control what the fuck I got going on in your head. You dig? I don't even know how I got there. In most cases, I don't even know what you're dealing with, what you're talking about, what you feeling, unless you share it with me, right? But how do you tell a motherfucker that I hate you for no reason? You know, I be sitting around at home thinking about you, mad and all that. How do you explain that to a motherfucker, man? So I get it. I get it. I understand why motherfuckers hate. I dig that. Now let me back up for a minute. Today, the United States of America is basically cities, states, counties, neighborhoods, streets, houses, neighbors, families, friends. There's nothing new under the sun. Every one of us has a family, you know. Your family could be just you and your brother. Your family could be you and your sister. Your family, God bless them, may have gone on, and you may be here by yourself, and you may have an extended family. I'll be the first to tell you. I'll be the first to tell you that's the best thing in the world you can have is extended families. Me, man, I'm a Cersei. I'm a Smith. I'm an extended family member of the Smith family. Them is my favorite dudes, man. You know, them dudes, I love them dudes. I am I'm a Derek, I'm a Bowman, I'm a I have so many. I'm a Carrington. I love the Detroit Carringtons. They are beautiful people. You know, I'm a House. I'm a McCann. Man, my mother put me in a position to where we just got all these extended families. And one of the main reasons why is my dad and my mom especially, you know, because I've spent more time with my mom. You know, me and my dad, we're spending time together now. And I thank God, you know what I mean? Because that's like one of the main reasons I'm here is because, you know, we are at that point where you can get that phone call, you know, that your mom or your dad is no longer here. And, you know, my dad has had like quadruple bypass, you know, he didn't have so many heart surgeries he can't have anymore, you know. And if I would have got that call and I was in Florida and I wouldn't, you know, and for some crazy reason, I wouldn't have been in the position to be here for him at that moment, I would have had to live with that the rest of my life. And I didn't want to do that, you know. So now I had to leave my mom. You know, my mom is with my ex-wife and my daughter, my son. You know, so she's there. But I had to leave her because I had been away from him for so long. And with all these heart surgeries and stuff, you just don't know, you know. So I praise God that I'm right cheer. And I may not see my pops every day, right? But I'm right cheer. And when he need me or when something's going on with him, I'm they'll tell you. Ask them. But that's a responsibility of life that I recognized and that I made sure that I was on point with. And it's the same way in terms of when I decided in 1993 to start a family. I made the decision. I made the choice. I applied myself. I committed. Committed. I changed everything around me. And I became Cliff Huxtable for 25 years. Walked it down from beginning to end. Handled it. And I'm proud of that. You know? And another thing I'm proud of is the fact that my mom, the fact of having all these extended families, and extended relatives, Now, the only difference between extended families and real families is, as an adult, you can have a relationship with an extended family member, yes, sir. But no. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, one of the things I'm proud of, and the reason why we have so many extended family, my dad, man. I mean, like my mom and my dad are so much alike. I swear to God, socially. Y'all think my father's cool and got a lot of friends and all that shit? Bruh, my mother she might be got more pull than him. Her Detroit crew, bruh, deep. You know what I'm saying? And extended families over there and over here. And the reason why is the way that they carry themselves. See, my father is loved by all his friends because they like the way he carry himself and he don't steal and rob and all that foolishness. He treat people with love and respect, and they love him back and respect him back. And man, me growing up seeing that, it was beautiful. I love it. I'm still, man, I'm right here because I'm still in the game of learning from my dad and his friends. Real men, real men, real motherfucking men. I'm talking about, man, these men not only walk the walk and talk the talk, but they show you just by being themselves, man. I sit back and watch how these cats move, man. It's hilarious. It's beautiful. These cats will cuss each other out, and 5 minutes later, they back in love. You know what I mean? But if you remember, as kids, we used to see our aunts and uncles do that all the time, man. I used to see my aunts and uncles get fire engine hot at each other, cuss each other out. God damn it, pow! 20 minutes later, guess what? But anyway, tears of a clown, right? So, I'm just like them. I don't steal from my friends, man. I'm not trying to rob my friends, my family. That's what? What world are you living in? That's my personal choice. I choose not to steal from my friends, and family, not to lie, manipulate, and deceive my friends and family. That's my personal choice. And by choosing to carry myself that way, you got to work on it, because the devil is busy, But you should it's never okay, really, to steal from anybody. I mean, look at the 10 Commandments, But from your friends and family, your family? Wow. But 2019, that's where we are, So let me, I'm 14 minutes in, so let me, so I don't know if anybody's noticed, but I've kind of went on like two, like a friend of mine used to say, with her little cute self. I went on two tantrums recently, and one like last night. And basically, what's going on is, I got a cousin that just recently had a 4-year anniversary of sobriety. So it appears that he's had 11 years prior to his sobriety of drug and alcohol addiction and abuse. I tried to warn everybody in 2004 when he got out of prison. And you know how it is when you get a family member that comes home from prison. The family rallies around him. Everybody's giving him a little couple dollars, outfits, and shoes and this and that. I was in Florida, and I was happy that the nigga got out of prison. I think at that time he had beat up his girlfriend or something. And like put staples or something, something to do with a very violent physical assault or something. I don't know. But I was so happy that he had got out of prison, like everybody. So I drove all the way from Florida to see him, really specifically to come down to see him. That's the kind of real nigga I am. So, while I was here, to make a long story short, I decided to spend the night at his house that night. And me and a friend of mine. And while we were there, his behavior became, very strange. I'm a street nigga. I know what niggas look like when they retarded. You know what I mean? His behavior, became, really strange. He's in and out the house. Wouldn't sit down. You know what I'm saying? We trying to chill and this and that. But to make a long story short, while I was asleep, my man went in my pockets and took an ounce of weed, and I think like about $100 and something dollars, And that hurt. That hurt me, man. I kept it to myself because I was on vacation at the time. And if I would have brought it up, it would have just destroyed the vacation. I would have been embarrassed in front of my friends, and it would have just been really fucked up. So I tried to, I was a smooth businessman, I'm like, oh, okay, nigga, So, it took me 14 years to get over that. 14 years. And that really recently ended 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I kind of basically got over it and kind of allowed him to kind of come around and kind of treated him, And big mistake. Big mistake. My second time, I think my third time being in his presence, it was because I needed some help to remove a tire. And on my tires, we all got locks on our rims, so I had to run upstairs to get the key to the rim. I come down, we take the tire off. It's just me and him standing there. Me and him standing there, nobody else. I take the tire off, I put the keys on the ground, the key to the rim on the ground. I put the supplies up, we get the tire fixed, I put it back on. It's time to clean up. I sit the key to the rims down, go clean stuff up. As I wasn't looking, my cousin switched my rim key. Everybody's got rims on their car, so some people keep their key in the car. I don't. I keep mine in the house. But evidently he walked over to his car, got his key, or a key that he just happened to have, and he switched it with my key. And I guess in his mind, he was going to, steal my rims, right? So everything would have been fine because I thought I had my key because the key he switched looked just like mine. So everything would have been fine except about a week or two later, I hit another pothole and now I need to take the damn rim off. So I was wondering why the dude was acting strange. Like I seen him over my Aunt Marsha's like a week previously. He was looking funny, and I went over his house because I needed some kind of this liquid stuff, so I went